Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Sexual Intellectual Podcast. I am your host, JD Nero, aka JD, aka He Who Pods. Glasses on, so also aka Rearview Mirror. Today's episode, we will not be following the normal format. Today's episode, we're going to do things very differently. I'm going to just come up here and keep it real. Normally, I don't give many opinions on this platform on purpose. My goal is to be informative, to be helpful and entertaining. But for weeks, I have not released a podcast. Matter of fact, let me see when's the exact date of my last episode. I think it's been over a month now. And there's a reason why. But let's get a date first, so I could say exactly when was my last episode. I haven't done a pod since January 26th. And today is March 15th. It's been a long time. Mucho tiempo. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to keep it real. It's been really hard to just find things to report on and not give opinions and not speak about what's on my mind. And so this is a random episode. You can look at this like a bonus episode if you want. This is the Keep It Real episode. This is the Enough is Enough episode. This is me just getting shit off my chest. Let me adjust this just a little bit here. Hopefully that doesn't fall. All right. That's what this episode is. This episode is strictly me telling you what's really grinding my gears. Okay. You know what really grinds my gears? We're going to talk about it today. In fact, I got a list, okay? A list. I had to write stuff down. It's going to be a long pod. I got a lot to say, and we're going to get right into it. Let's just start in the unavoidable place. Every time I open my phone, every time I search the news websites, you keep seeing one name over and over and over again. The man was in his first 100 days in office. Now, I told y'all, I'm not going to come up here and simply just speak about everything he does. I'm not, because I'd have to do a reporting podcast damn near every day. And I'm not ready to come up here every day. And I can't tolerate coming up here every day dealing with his shenanigans. So let's talk about some of the shenanigans. Let's start here. We keep seeing this administration take rare incidences and small stats. In other words, things that are like anomalies, things that are happening, like one wild example, right? Like I'm going to make one up. And if you know, you know. But we keep seeing stuff like this, right? It's like, hey, man, you shouldn't walk down steps. Got to be really careful walking down steps because, sometimes people fall down the steps. In fact, the Doge department found that the other day somebody fell down the steps and broke every bone in their body. So be careful with steps. We might have to eliminate steps. First of all, they keep doing that. And by they, I mean him. Trump keeps doing that. He keeps giving examples and saying things as if they're law, as if they are facts. But really what they are is an anomaly, right? There's some really small, minuscule stat, and he's just passing it off to his dumb-ass believers, his blind loyalists, as law. Like, oh yeah, no, this is 100% what happens. Did you know that? Did you know walking down the steps, you could break every bone in your body? We got to eliminate steps, y'all. Steps are the most dangerous thing on the planet. You didn't know? You didn't know? Stop. They keep doing this over and over again. Like, we don't have a phone right in our damn hands. Today, everybody's phone lives in their hands. All you bozos got to do is look up the shit they're saying. There are websites dedicated to debunking things. It's not that hard to find out if some shit is true or not. Especially if it's allegedly a statistic. Because these statistics and studies are usually public. It's not classified information that he's supposed to be sharing. Okay? Let's go to the next thing. Flippity flop, flippity flop. It's tariffs, it's not tariffs. It's I could end the war in a day. No, I was just kidding. Yo, dog, like what we doing? Are you the leader of the free world, or is this just a show and we're all a big joke? Like, what's up? And like how often you gonna keep doing this? People mess up. All of us, myself included. No one's perfect. But we're not gonna just keep saying stuff out our ass and then going flip-flopping. Oh, I'm gonna put this much tariff. Actually, no, I'm not gonna do that. It's like, okay, so what are you gonna do? You keep changing it all the time. Dog, you can't stand on a decision? Aren't you the man? Aren't you the big dog around here? You just got to keep flip flopping. What happened? I'm going to end the war in Ukraine and Russia in 24 hours. Now, no, that was like sarcasm. That was like satire. I was kidding. No, he wasn't. We all saw it on live television. Okay, and even if it is satire, once again, why are you flip flopping? You gonna do some shit or not do some shit? You gonna stick to your word or not stick to your word? Like I don't understand. We just gonna act like flip flopping is okay? Didn't they get John Kerry out of being president at one point because that was his biggest criticism, that he was just a flip flopping ass nigga? And by nigga, I mean person. Okay, I'm not calling him the N word. If I was, it'd be a hard R, and I don't even do those. Point being, yo, dog, make up your mind. Okay? I just like, it's ridiculous out here. What else I got on my list? Migrants. This shit with the migrants is crazy. Maybe y'all don't care, but I care. More so, why are we using military planes to take migrants to Guantanamo Bay and then some mystery other place that we're not 100% sure where it is because it might be classified? We don't really know. Military planes? Why? 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 And what's up with this shit with Ecuador? We're going to be sending migrants to Ecuador to house them there. That's the new shit that's in the works. Because Ecuador has already said they're cool with this. Ecuador's trying to get in good. We just gonna send citizens somewhere else. And let's be clear. I know that the man is saying, and his administration is saying, these are illegal immigrants. But everyone being transferred to Guantanamo Bay, to the ICE facility in New Orleans, they haven't all been illegal immigrants. What is the vetting process? What are we doing? And why are we doing it? Like, I don't understand. Why are we using Guantanamo Bay to do this? And military planes? At the same time, you want to talk about Doge needs to find all of the taxpayer money that's being used and abused in these various agencies? It costs more than a commercial flight to transport these people when you use a military plane. What the fuck? It doesn't just like not logical. What else is on my list? I don't even know how to tie these together because it's just like stuff that's really frustrating to me. And the man hints at a recession. Let's go back to the tariffs for just a second because it's on my list anyway. He says, hey, when we put the tariffs, those people are going to have to pay. The countries that we put the tariffs on, they're going to pay the tax. It will not affect American citizens. Now what your man is saying. It's going to affect us. But it's not going to be too bad. It'll be all right. No, it's not going to be all right. You hint at a recession, and if you don't believe me, go look at the stock market. The stock market has fallen so much, it's crazy. I ain't the biggest guy on the stock market. I know a little something, but I'm no expert. And even I know it's falling crazy percentages. So much so that we got to have a Tesla ad at the White House. A Tesla ad at the White House? I'm being satirical. I'm being sarcastic for the people in the comments. I know y'all gonna come from this episode. I really don't care. But we're putting Teslas on the White House lawn? We putting Teslas on display and saying, I don't drive, but I'm going to have somebody drive it because it's a good car. If it's a good car, how you know you didn't drive it? How you know it's a good car? Huh? Huh? How you know? How you know it's a good car? Tell me. You're going to have someone drive it while you in there too. Why don't you just shut the fuck up? But you can't. You know why you can't? Because Sinatra tells the president what to do. That's how it works. If you saw Paradise, you know what I'm saying. Sinatra's running the show, not the president. That's why people are saying President Musk is who it is. Like, honestly. And now let's talk about Homeboy a little bit. This dude is running amok. We got this dude putting his hands in all of the pockets, getting all of the documents. Like, yo, we could just put our homie to do whatever we want now? Then maybe I need to run for president because I got some homies too. They're not billionaires, but I got some homies who got agendas too. Maybe I should run for president and just let my homies run the show. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what? Come on, Pillow. Yeah, you. Come on. Come on down. You can run the show. You could take a nice salary. You could do whatever. Just have a blast because I'm gonna get in there. That's how America works now. That's what we doing. We just allowing a person from South Africa. Let me just make sure. Because, we like to call people's birth certificates into question around here. But let's find out let me just make sure I'm saying the right thing here. Where was Elon? Came right up. Yeah. 1989, immigrated to Canada. But he was born in South Africa. Elon Musk is a South African. And we want to talk about immigrants and migrants and people having too much power. But a South African is telling the president what to do. And maybe you don't believe that. That's okay. But why does this man suddenly have all this power? Why is he allowed to do all this stuff? Why? I don't understand. And maybe I'm the only one. Maybe I'm just a bozo and I don't get it. But I don't get it. Why is this man allowed to do these things? Simply because of the relationship with the president? Is that all you need? Is it just that you got to get in good with the right people? Because if it's just about ass kissing and power and money, that's a sad state of affairs. It's a sad state of affairs that we have allowed ourselves to be in this predicament. What else is on the list? All right. It's the last one for politics. There's other stuff I'm frustrated about. This is from The Hill. It says here, Pentagon chief orders review of fitness grooming standards. Well, what does that mean? Let's find out. It says Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. If I'm pronouncing his name wrong, I'm sorry. Never heard his name out loud before, but let's call him PH. Defense Secretary PH has ordered a review of military standards related to physical fitness and appearance across all services, indicating recent policies put in place to make it easier for women and minorities to serve may soon be under fire. All right. That sounds interesting. But what exactly is he talking about? Let's see here. PH ordered the Undersecretary of Defense for Personnel and Readiness to, quote, gather the existing standards set by military departments pertaining to physical fitness, body composition, and grooming, which includes but is not limited to beards, according to a memo released on Wednesday. For those who are listening but not watching, I was just blinking at the camera. I'm going to skip ahead to a quote here that I'd like to read. It says here, we must remain vigilant in maintaining the standards that enable the men and women of our military to protect the American people and our homeland as the world's most lethal and effective fighting force. That doesn't sound so bad, right? What else? He says our troops will be fit, not fat. I feel you. Our troops will look sharp, not sloppy. Huh? We seek only quality, not quotas. Nah, I'm going to be honest. Quality, not quotas ain't bad. And it says, bottom line, our Department of Defense will make high standards. I'm sorry. Our Department of Defense will make standards high and great again across the entire force. Yo, fam, sir, I'm going to assume your gender for a moment and say, sir, when were standards not great? I thought you just said we had the best and most fierce fighting force, no? Says the most lethal and effective fighting force. I know we're not the most. So we're the most lethal and effective fighting force, but also our standards are low and not great. I'm confused. Like, does any of this shit make any sense to anyone out there? I would like to know. Explain it to me like I'm 5. Because it's just like, words have meanings. And when you say words and people hear them or read them, they are going to understand whatever those words are supposed to mean. But if I say, hey, all your stuff is packed up in boxes to the left, but when you look, none of the stuff is on the left, aren't you going to be confused? It doesn't make sense. And truly, I would like to know, for all of the Make America Great, for all of the Make the military great, for all of the great again, folks, when was it great? When did it stop being great? I truly would like to know. Because I, for one, am very confused. I just would like for things to make sense again. Let's move on. No more politics for today. Let me just check the list before I put my foot in my mouth here. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. All right. We're done with politics. Now, let's go to the internet, talk about something else. Let's go to the saved post. I saved some stuff that I thought was interesting and worth discussing here. Let's start here. This is Jesse Lee Peterson. And I'm going to play this clip he has talking about intellectuals destroying America.
When you really, 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 really truly see, not intellectually, intellectual is the beginning of seeing, but at some point, you got to dump the intellect. The intellect is your enemy. The intellect is your enemy. If you doubt that the intellect is your enemy, look at the country. It's being controlled by intellectual people, right? People with degrees, bachelor, doctor, lawyer, PhDs, SADs, STDs, all kind of degrees. And the world, America is screwed up. The more degrees you have, the dumber you are. The more degrees you have, the evil you are. Because you're now thinking that you know something because you learned something from a book. And your mind tells you, which is not your own, by the way, that you're smart, you got it. It lies to you. And you believe it, and it destroys you. When you really...
All right. Now, I don't follow this person. As you probably know, if you're watching this, or if you're listening to this, that Instagram is becoming more like TikTok. Meaning, what shows up on your feed is more interest-based than just the people you follow. Example, If you go look up a bunch of stuff about cars, or you watch videos that are on your feed about cars, they're going to start pumping out more videos on your feed that are about cars. And so I look up different things about some of the things we talk about on the show, and also other things. And so this randomly came across my feed. I don't know who this guy was. I didn't know who this guy was, but I saw the caption. I said, okay, let me see what this is saying. And I heard this grade A bullshit. The more degrees you have, the dumber you are. The more degrees you have, the more evil you are. I don't know what the fuck this guy is talking about. Is it true that the people running this country have degrees? Yes. But that's not why the country is in the state that it's in. The country has problems that have absolutely nothing to do with people's degrees. And let me be clear, I am not a college graduate. I am not a person who shoves college down people's throats, as this country has done to many of us since we were small children. I believe today, probably more than ever, or let me rephrase, today, in my opinion, probably for the first time in a really long time, your skill set probably matters more than that degree. My opinion. I'm not saying these are facts. My opinion. Today, there are large companies like Gary V's VaynerMedia, for example, who are hiring people based on their skills, whether they have a degree or not. And so degrees are not indicative of what happens in this country, especially at the level you're speaking about. Because if we're talking about the people running this country, they are not just people with degrees. They are many things. They are wealthy. They are politicians, which means they are professional liars. They are people with agendas. They are people getting paid by lobbyists. They are many things. They are not just people with degrees. And I would assume if you felt ill, you would want to go to someone with a degree to see what's wrong with you. Whether that was mental illness or physical illness, you probably want to seek a professional's help. A professional with a degree. I would assume that if you walked into the doctor's office and the doctor said, hey man, didn't even go to med school. This is just a storefront I'm renting. You'd walk back out because you would want to be cared for by someone with a degree, a high level degree. So what in the flying fuck are you talking about? Hello? The more degrees you have, the dumber you are, the more evil you are. Politics is a total separate thing from just people with degrees. I mean, why are we just bunching in everyone with a degree and giving them the evil stamp? And why are we fighting a war on intellect? That's the hill you want to die on? That intellectual people are bad and evil? Wow. I don't know. I don't know. Like I just this is what's going on right now. I ain't even got a degree and I'm offended because like to tell people that being an intellectual is a bad thing, then what is a good thing? Being stupid, being uneducated, being willfully ignorant. What is it exactly? What else is on the list? Let me see. Here's another person And this time it's a celebrity. Yeah, let's stay there. I had another thought, but we'll get back to it. This is Slim Thug. This is old, but I haven't done a pod in a while, and this has really been bothering me. So I'm gonna play this clip by Slim Thug, and I'm gonna let y'all hear this man out. We are the number one wanted man on earth. You are the number one wanted man on earth by all races of women. Snow bunnies, whoever races outside of black women are gonna give it up tonight. Hey, we talk because they look at us like, ooh, you know, black women into do obstacle courses. Even if you ain't got no money, you are still the king of the earth. We are the most dominant gene on earth. If we busting any girl, it's the baby is black. Even though we want our own black women tend to put us through obstacle courses. Right? My bad. Black women like to, oh, you gotta wait. Oh, we celibate. Oh, you gotta marry me. Oh, you gotta buy me something. Oh, you gotta do this. You gotta do that. White women ain't asking for nothing. Combing you up. We don't have to argue. They gonna go because they look at us like, oh, this. I just wish I could have one for myself. Not just white women, all women. Y'all gonna have to let y'all motherfucking guards down, man. You need to give it up. You might have to help them get to the bridge. You gonna have to give it up at least though, because we ain't waiting. Because we know all the other women want us, and for the ease, everybody know that. Your son know that. Who went to college know that. Everybody know that. Now you can't lie to us about that no more. It ain't nothing to talk about no more. Y'all know them other girls is gonna go. Black men, we are black. Slim Thug. I don't. I don't know where to start. What he's saying about black men being desirable, that might be true. What he's saying about the babies being black might be true. What he's saying about the genes being dominant, that might be true. What he's saying about women giving it up easy might even be true. And clearly, he's speaking from his experience. As a celebrity who was a celebrity from very young, he probably has the pick of the litter for a lot of time in his life. But what's challenging for me to understand here is the unmitigated gall of this man to target black women specifically and say they always got some kind of stipulation. They always want to put you through an obstacle course. You know, number one, in the words of Tupac, hate to sound sleazy, but tease me. I don't want it if it's that easy. Me personally, I'm in agreement with the quote. Now, if all you want is pussy that's being thrown at you, well, then stay away from black women if that's your experience. But what this comes off as is a very privileged, a very uh, demanding, a very impatient, a very arrogant person. That's what this comes across as. This comes across as like, stop playing and give it to me. I remember when I was younger, I can't remember the comedian's name, but there was a comedian who said, women know they want to fuck you as soon as they see you. But a lot of times, dudes mess it up when they open their mouths. When she saw you, she turned to her homegirl and said, girl, I will fuck the shit out of him. But then you started talking. And you started saying just dumb shit. And so the pussy got away. Maybe she made you wait now because she wasn't sure if she still wanted to. Or maybe she felt like, oh, I can't give it up too easy because this guy's going to be a even bigger bozo. That comedian had a good point. And this little video here, it makes me feel like you be losing a lot of pussy because you got a big ass mouth. You're a celebrity. You're going to get thrown lots of kitty. They're going to throw a lot of it at you. But do you not enjoy a challenge? Did you not know that good things come to those who wait? Did you not know that thirsty ass niggas are a turnoff? I just want to understand, what is it? Is it the fact that he's been a celebrity since young? Is it the fact that you got a lot of pussy being thrown at you that you feel like, hey, I should never have to go through obstacles? Well, excuse the fuck out of me. Listen, the microwave is a good thing. It's always nice to just throw something in the microwave real quick, and 2 minutes later, bing, it's done. That's cool. But in the words of Cat Williams, ain't nothing fucking with the oven. Every now and then, a little microwave is cool, but ain't nothing like a home-cooked, slowly oven-roasted meal. Give you one more quote, Slim Thug. I once was told, nothing worth having is easy. Nothing worth keeping is easy. Leave that with you. You see, because me, I don't mind waiting. In fact, I like a challenge. I like a challenge mentally. I like a challenge physically. I like a little cat and mouse even. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of freeze tag, if you will. Tag, you it. I got you. You frozen. But if you don't want that, that's okay. If all you want is microwave dinners, that's okay. But the need to shit on black women is what bothers me the most here. Because one, that ain't even true. Two, who the fuck made it okay for you to just come at all black women? And three, and if I'm crossing the line, forgive me, but don't you got a mother? I'm gonna guess if you do, she's black. I didn't look it up. I'm asking here. Would you want your black mother to give it up easy? Just say I was in Houston or Texas, wherever you from, I don't remember, and I just bumped into your mom at the supermarket. I should just be able to take your mom to the back of the supermarket, bend her over in the bathroom, and give her the goods? She supposed to just bust it open for me on aisle 4? I'm gonna guess you wouldn't want that. I don't know if you got siblings or children, I don't really know. But I'm gonna assume if any of those black women in your life were just giving it up easy all over town, you probably pull them aside and say, hey man, hey, 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 you gotta relax. You can't just be busting it open on Broad Street, Main Street, all over the place. Calm down, ma. Easy, easy. So it doesn't apply to anybody else? Only to your squad? Stop coming for black women, man. If you want to fuck bitches, that's easy, do you. But don't come at black women, because there's some of us who love black women. There's some of us who date black women. Clearly, you're not. And I'm sorry you having a hard time. But that ain't the rest of us fault. You got the rest of us looking crazy out here. That's not how we all feel. It's not. In fact, I've always had great experiences with black women. Period. That's whether they fucked on the first time I met them or a month later. Why should all black women have to get shot at for you? Because you want microwave meals? Yo, fam, if you like the hungry man dinners, that's cool. You ain't got to come at the rest of the women. You ain't got to come at black women, brother. It's gross. And it sets a bad example for those who are following you and the stupidity. For those who are following you and the stupidity that is being spewed out of your mouth. Let's keep it on stupidity for just a moment. I'm a podcaster. I have been a part of quite a few podcasts over the last few years. I cannot take it anymore. I have to be honest about something. I'm sick and tired of podcasters going on their platforms and just saying shit out their ass. A topic will come up and people on podcasts will just use words like a lot, many, all, we. But they won't back it up with any statistics, any studies. They won't even call a friend and put it on speakerphone and say, hey, friend, how you feel about XYZ? They're not hitting the streets and taking a survey, nothing. They just come out and say some shit like, you know, a lot of men feel like, did you know most women, all the Hispanics, blah, blah, blah. Black folks really, really, I mean, a lot of us, blah, blah, blah. Why? Why y'all do that? Constantly. I hear podcast after podcast after podcast, different episodes, different casts. Sometimes I'm just scrolling through social media and it's different clips. I mean, I even have watched the podcast, just a podcast that puts out good clips. I'll see a clip and it'll start off, you know, most men cheat on their wife. Yo, dog. No, no, no. Number one, no group is a monolith. No group is identical all throughout that group. That's number one. Number two, even if they were, who the fuck made y'all the spokesperson for the rest of us? Oh, yeah, a lot of men. Oh, a lot of Hispanics. You know, we men. No, 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 no. Black folks don't eat. You represent all black folks? All of us? No, no. I am so tired of podcasters just spewing shit out of their mouths that don't got shit to do with shit. No, that's your experience. Maybe even your group of friends have that opinion. But number one, state that it's an opinion, not a fact. Number two, have a slice of integrity, just a slice. Like, fam, I can't be up here like, you know, most BMW owners are really assholes. Yo, how would I know that? Do I know most BMW owners? Even if I knew 10 and all 10 were assholes, that means all BMW owners on the planet are assholes? No, no, no. Just gotta stop. Words have meaning. Words mean things. We cannot just be using words for the fuck of it. Like they don't mean anything. Like they just mean my opinion, my shared experience. They don't mean that. There are words for that. Articulate that to your audience. It would be very helpful if you did. Because niggas like me are sick and fucking tired of hearing y'all use words like a lot, all, we, men, black people. They'll stop. Stop. Or at least pull up some shit that helps back up your point. a study, a statistic, a survey, something. Because then you could just say, hey, a survey was taken in France and 1,000 women said that, then we can have a conversation. But you can't just be, oh, all women in France hate croissants. What? No, no. And I'm going to say this last thing. I've said it before, but I'm going to say it again. Because I see a lot of celebrities being quoted and a lot of clips going viral, and fans and followers take it as law. It's not law. Celebrities usually are popular or famous for one thing, right? Like an actor, right? They're an expert in that field, yes. But when an actor says something about politics, it doesn't mean it's true. When a TV show host says something about healthcare, it doesn't mean it's true. When a porn star says something about the legal system, it doesn't mean it's true. Famous people are famous for a particular skill set. And there are some who are multifaceted and maybe experts in multiple things, yes. But all celebrities are not experts in all things in life. It's just not possible. Please stop taking the things that come out of celebrities' mouths as facts, as law, as truth. They say bullshit all the time, just like the rest of us. They lie, just like the rest of us. It doesn't matter if Anthony Mackie said it, or Oprah, or person A. It doesn't mean that it's true. It doesn't mean that they are the expert on the matter. You should go and do your own research. If Oprah says Ozempic is good, you should go find out if Ozempic is good. If Anthony Mackie says there's been an attack on men for the last 20 years, you should go do your own research and not just say this is 100% true. I'm going to stop with these examples. I could give more, but I'm not. But I just want y'all to understand that the things that people say, we could all say anything on a microphone. We can all get on a microphone and say anything we want. It doesn't mean that it's 100% true. That doesn't matter if you're just a broke nigga sitting in your living room like me, or you're a billionaire like Oprah. It does not mean that the things that are coming out of people's mouths are 100% true 100% of the time. In fact, it's probably not true 100% of the time. Because even people with great batting averages still don't bat 1,000. And for the non-baseball people, nobody makes 100% of their shots 100% of the time. We all make mistakes. We all are ignorant in certain fields. Don't just take this shit like it's the truth. Because these motherfuckers will say anything on a fucking camera with the audacity and the boldness and just keep it moving. They just get up there and say shit like pit bulls like to wear Jordans and walk off. Huh? What you mean? Pit bulls like to wear Jordans? Really? What? They just be saying shit. And I don't know why y'all believe them. But please stop. Have a mind of your own. Use your devices to look things up. The same way you were scrolling and saw the clip, you could leave that app and go search studies, statistics, surveys, etc. and see, is there any slice of truth in what is being said? Or is this just a fresh hot pile of bullshit? I'm done. I think I gave y'all plenty. I'm out. Thank you for being here, especially if you made it all the way to the end of this. I just had to get some of this stuff off my chest. I will be back soon with another episode. And hopefully I could, if there's more news besides Trump walling, then I could come back soon. But it's hard to come up here and give y'all a real 20, 30-minute pod when every headline is his name, his name, his name, his name, his administration, his homeboy. Come on, man. Come on, man. It's getting crazy out here. I see y'all soon.